Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be showing you guys how I get my closures to look like a frontal and a few of my little tips and tricks to do that perfectly. So first, we're just going to go ahead and start bleaching this lace, and because she's doing a middle part, I'm just going to go ahead and bleach a T-shape going along the front hairline and down the middle for her part. I never like to bleach a full frontal or a full closure because that weakens the knots, and we don't want those knots to have any reason to go ahead and start shedding out. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking like, what, a microwave? But yes, I love to put my frontals in the microwave for 5 seconds only, frontals or closures. I may go in a little bit longer if need be, but that literally bleaches the knots in like 5 seconds. And as you guys can see, these knots are bleached. I'm sorry because this isn't the best or the greatest view. But I didn't want them to get too light because my client wasn't that light, so I wanted her knots to be more close to her skin tone. And so for her closure area, I just went ahead and laid down her cap, since we will be doing this like a frontal, and then I just went ahead and did a stitch around the area that will be where her closure will be, just because we don't want to have all of that extra cap on her head, especially for my client who sweats a lot in her head. We don't want to have that cap, collecting all of that. So I'm just going to go in with some makeup, and as you guys can see, this was literally like a perfect shade match for her. And I just went ahead and put this all along the closure just in case we wanted to switch up the part, because this is glued like a frontal, so we could definitely go in and switch up that part. And for this, I just used my Ruby Kisses palette, and it's just a contour and highlight palette in cream consistency. Now I'm going in with my 99% alcohol to just clean off any excess makeup, oil, dirt, anything that will cause this lace not to lay. Now onto the plucking. So for this, I didn't really go in too in depth with the plucking. I just wanted to really thin out that front hairline because I didn't want anything to be too defined, because we don't have a big area that we're working with, so we don't really have to do much of the dips and bends and curves of a natural hairline, just because we're working with this middle area. So I just went ahead and just went in that back portion of the part. As you guys know, I always part out, and just thinning that out. And now I'm taking my Kendra's Boutique hot comb to just go ahead and flatten everything out before I get it laid on my client's head. And now on to this lace laying. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this closure down on her head. As you guys can see, those knots did bleach, and we're just going to see where we're placing it. And because this is going to be a little bit in front of the hairline, the braid where we're going to be sewing, I'll be going ahead and cutting off this side piece. As you see there, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did on the other side. I just went in and cut off that protective band, and I'm just going up and cutting off the extra band so that when I go in and lay this down, it is really flat and flush to the head, and we don't have like that thick band right there trying to glue it and make it look natural. So of course I'm going in with my favorite, the Bold Hold Active, and I just went in with 3 layers of this glue. I just applied it all along the area, and then I just went in with my rat tail comb to just go ahead and smooth that glue back. And then once I did smooth that glue back into the hairline cap area, I just went ahead and use that rat tail comb in and smooth the cap forward down into the glue so everything can mesh well. And I did go in with 3 layers of that. So now I'm just going in and I'm just laying this closure down directly into the glue on my client's hairline to where I see fit, and so that it looks a natural placement. You didn't want it to be too far down or too far back. So now I'm taking my comb again, and I'm just using the teeth of that comb and a bit of my fingers as well to go ahead and just massage that lace down into the glue, just making sure everything is really meshed together, and we have that lace actually stuck and melted. So now I'm just going in and I'm just sewing around this perimeter of this closure, and I'm just sewing it down directly to the braid. And as you guys can see, the closure comes up in front of her braid, so that part is secured with the glue. And then to just connect it, I will connect that track last to the closure, so the closure will be secured by like the weft being connected to the actual braid and then the closure as well. I'll show you guys that later on in the video, but I'm just going ahead and just going around this closure and just sewing it down. And now I'm just going to go in and sew that bundle. And like I said earlier, I just went ahead and connected that bundle to the actual closure piece, as you guys can see here, so that we have that security from the bundle, because it's going to be secured to the actual braids and the closure itself. So it's kind of anchoring. That's the word I'm going to use. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just sew that around. And for the bundle closest to the closure, I always single it so that it can lay really flat, and you don't want it to be too bulky by doubling that track up there. Now I'm just going to be going in with my hot comb to just kind of comb everything out and make sure this closure is still laying flat. I did it on my hand, but that was really more so for the hairline to lay flat. So now I'm just going in and just parting out different areas of this closure, and I'm just combing them down in the direction that they should lay, just so we make sure everything is really nice and flat. You don't want it to be too bulky and bumpy up there. Now I'm just taking my scissors to just cut off the excess lace. I'm sorry, because I was trying to pull her closer to me, because this was a weird angle for me to try to film at. So now I'm going back into this lace with my glue again, and as you guys know, I'm just putting that under the pieces that are lifted, because we always want to make sure we put that lace either directly on or in front of the glue, because if it is behind the glue, that will be hard for you to clean up. So definitely make sure you're just putting that either, directly on top or in front of. And then after that dries, I went in with 2 layers there, and I'm just using my comb to just go ahead and comb that lace down into the glue, and just like I said, making everything really meshed and natural looking and melted, period. So now I'm just kind of parting out the baby hairs that I want to do. For this look, I try to just pull out, 2 little chunks closer to the sides and leave the middle kind of alone. I don't want to have the beginning of those baby hairs directly close to the middle part. And now I'm just going along my part with my tweezers, and I'm just going ahead and just pulling out any knots or any little hairs that is directly on that part, so we can make sure everything looks really nice and natural. And I just go in and tweeze all of those out. Afterwards, you guys can see we have like a pretty clean part. However, I wanted to make it more clean, so I'm taking my high beams spray in black, and I'm just using the tail of my rat tail comb to just go ahead and really clean up that part. And as you guys can see, that made this part like really sharp. Now I'm taking my olive oil ORS hair care. This is their heat serum, and I'm just massaging it all into the hair before I go in and flat iron anything. And then I'm just going to go in with a carbon comb and these little flat irons that I found off Amazon. Just go ahead and flat iron this hair and make everything look really nice and silky. Now, after that, I'm just going to go ahead and take some Nairobi Sheer Shine Spray just to further make everything look really shiny and silky. Comment down below what are some of your favorite products for flat irons and making the hair like really silky and straight. And now I'm going in with my LA Pro Girl Concealer, and I'm just lining her part to just kind of open up that part just a tinge and just make it look really natural and scalp-like. And as you guys can see, this is like a really nice natural shape. And then I'm going to go in with my hot comb just to go ahead and just comb that part that's directly behind the baby hair back, because we do want that to kind of sit back so that it isn't directly laying down and cutting and covering the baby hairs. I said cutting because literally I'm watching myself cut as I said that. So yes, you want to go in and cut your baby hairs, and I'm going in with some Got To Be gel because we want these to be a little bit more hard and actually tacked down, because we don't want these to be really soft and wispy for the look that she's going for and as far as her maintenance goes. So I just went in with that and I just did a simple swoop. This was a really simple baby hair look because the baby hair is really shaped and formed directly into the swoop, so I didn't have to really do much cutting how I usually do. And for this side, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the same process, and I'm just going to take some Got To Be gel and some spray. I'm going to spray the edge brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and comb those baby hairs and scoop them. And then I did not initially like this swoop on the side that I just did, so I did go in off camera and I did like part out some of that hair and pull it out because I felt like it looked a little bit too thick. But yeah, this is pretty much like the final product. As you guys can see, we have like a very like natural looking closure, very scalp like, a very melted like period. If you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you in any type of way, definitely leave a like and a comment down below, and let me know any other videos that you guys want to see. If you aren't already, definitely join my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Bye.